welcome to my new episode, and you are listening to Info Corner. The topic of today's episode is about our flying Sikh, a legendary sprinter, and the finest athlete India has ever produced. It's none other than Milkha Singh. So, without any further delay, let's get started with the episode to learn more about Milkha Singh. Milkha Singh was born on 20th November 1929 in a place called Govindpura, a village in Punjab province during British India. It is now located at Muzaffargarh district at Pakistan. His childhood education was at Govindpura. He was one among his 15 siblings. He met Nirmal Saini, the captain of Indian women's national volleyball team. They got married in 1962 and had three daughters and a son. Son of Milkha Singh is the famous golfer Jeev Milkha Singh. In 1999, they adopted a 7-year-old son of Havildar Bikram Singh who had died in the Battle of Tiger Hill. The childhood stories of Milkha Singh are very inspiring to the people on the field and beyond. He is a role model for many Indians who choose their career in sports, especially athletes. He was orphaned during the partition of India and Pakistan, where his parents, a brother, and two of his sisters were killed cruelly in front of him. Later, he somehow escaped all the troubles in Punjab, where killings of Hindus and Sikhs were continuing, by moving to Delhi in 1947. Milkha Singh lived for a short time with the family of his married sister and was briefly imprisoned at Tihar jail for traveling in train without a ticket. His sister Ishwar had to sell some of her jewelries in order to obtain bail for his release. He also spent some time at a refugee camp in Delhi. Milkha Singh also considered becoming a dacoit due to the struggles and traumatic experiences in his life, but fortunately, life had different plans for him. Milkha Singh was inspired by one of his brother Malkhan and he attempted for the recruitment to the Indian Army. Milkha Singh first tried to get a job in the Indian Army in 1949 but couldn't succeed. His second attempt in 1950 also ended in a disappointment. He later started working in a rubber factory before he finally landed in a job in the Indian Army in 1952. Can you guess his earnings? It was rupees 39 and 8 anna. He was initially stationed at the Electrical Mechanical Engineering Center in Secunderabad, where he was introduced to athletics. This is where his journey in sports began. He had to run about 10 kilometers distance to and from school as a child. Probably this helped him to land in a sixth position in a compulsory cross country run for new recruits. This is where army recognized his sports talent. Singh has acknowledged how the army introduced him to sports, saying that I came from a remote village. I did not know what running was or the Olympics. Singh had a role model. Charles Jenkins inspired him to greater things and provided him with information about training methods. Milkha is the only athlete to win gold at 400 meters at the Asian Games as well as Commonwealth Games. He has won 4 gold medals at Asian Games and 2 gold medals at National Games of India. Milkha had broken his own 400-meter national record during the 1960 Rome Olympics, clocking time of 45.73 seconds. Milkha Singh was promoted from the rank of sepoy to junior commissioned officer in recognition of his success in the 1958 Asian Games. Later, he became the director of sports in Punjab Ministry of Education, from where he retired in 1998. Singh was awarded the Padma Shri, India's fourth highest civilian award in recognition of his sports achievements. In 2001, he turned down an offer of the Arjuna Award from the Indian government, arguing that it was intended to recognize young sportspeople and not those such as him. He also thought the award was being inappropriately given to people who had little notable involvement as active sportspeople at all. He said that I have been clubbed with sportspersons who are nowhere near to the level that I had achieved and that the award had been devalued. While sharing one of his college experience in Goa in 2014, he stated, The awards nowadays are being distributed like prasad in a temple. Why should one be honored when he or she has not achieved the benchmark for the award? I rejected the Arjuna award I was offered after I received the Padma Shri. It was like being offered a secondary school certificate after obtaining a master's degree. All of the Singh's medals have been donated to the nation. They were displayed at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium in New Delhi and later moved on to a sports museum in Patiala, where a pair of running shoes that he wore in Rome are also displayed. In 2012, he donated the Adidas shoes that he had worn in the 1960 400-meter finals to a charity auction organized by actor Rahul Bose. Milkha Singh and his daughter Sonia co wrote his autobiography and was titled as The Race of My Life. It was published in 2013. The book inspired Bagh Milkha Bagh, a 2013 biographical film of Singh's life. I'm sure most of you must have already watched this movie. If not, please do watch. The film was widely acclaimed in India and has won awards including the National Film Award for Best Popular Film providing wholesome entertainment at the National Film Awards and 5 awards at the International Indian Film Academy Awards. Interesting fact about Milkha Singh is that he sold his movie rights for 1 rupee but stated that a share of the profits should be given to the Milkha Singh Charitable Trust. A long time ago, after the Cardiff Games were over, some of his fellow athletes told him that there's a very famous museum in London where there are statues of world's great personalities and they look very real. So he visited the museum and he liked it very much. Fortunately, in September 2017, Singh's wax statue, created by sculptures of Madame Tussauds in London, was inaugurated at Chandigarh. It depicts Singh in running posture at the 1958 Commonwealth Games. The statue is placed at Madame Tussauds Museum in New Delhi. There are few less known facts of Milkha Singh Charitable Trust. The trust was founded in May 2002 and is located at Chandigarh with the aim of assisting poor and needy sports people. This trust is encouraging sports among the villages by providing them free equipments like footballs, volleyballs, running shoes to motivate youth to take up sports as a career option. Milkha Singh's dream was to work with the underprivileged youth of today who are deprived of the basic opportunities required to build their lives. A sad news broke on 18 June 2021 where we had to lose Milkha Singh at the age of 91 due to COVID-19 complications. Milkha Singh has been a great asset to India by becoming the country's first athlete to win gold and has been an inspiration to many young athletes. While we pray for his soul to rest in peace, I would like to dedicate this episode to Milkha Singh. I hope you all liked Milkha Singh's episode. Please do subscribe to Info Corner podcast on Spotify and YouTube channel for more such podcast episodes. See you all in the next episode. Till then, take care, keep smiling, and bye.